Rising, streetcar, 4 hours in the office or the factory. Meal, streetcar, 4 hours of work. Meal, sleep. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, according to the same rhythm. This path is easily followed most of the time, but one day the why arises, and everything begins in that wariness tinged with amazement. We live our lives undertaking the same patterns day after day, without reflecting on what we're actually doing. Hence we begin to ponder our existence. We start to reflect on the strange fact that we are alive. We are thinking beings, conscious and flying through the emptiness of space on a gigantic rock. We come to realize the absurdity of our existence. Why? Why are we here? Why? Why am I able to think such thoughts? This is what Camus labels the absurd. This is the premise of his 1942 work titled The Myth of Sisyphus. Camus begins The Myth of Sisyphus by stating, there is but one truly serious philosophical problem, and that is suicide. Pretty heavy, right? Well, broken down in the context of the text, it makes sense. He is posing to us the fundamental question of life. Why live? To be or not to be? What is the point of it all? What is the meaning of life? Well, Camus believed that life has no inherent meaning, and life is absurd. Camus was an absurdist. He coined the term the absurd, a natural state of being in the world. The absurd is born out of a relationship between our need for answers to life's most fundamental questions and the cold, silent response of the universe. Life itself cannot provide the answers we need. Therefore, many see the futility of life, and anxiety pours over them. We seek meaning and clarity. The universe and life itself cannot provide this. We live in a sea of uncertainty, not knowing how to act. How do people overcome such feelings? He says that most people choose to ignore the reality of existence, choosing a set way of being, a belief system which lessens the feelings of anxiety. He believes that all these belief systems are a form of suicide, which he labels philosophical suicide, hiding from the true reality. For others, they may simply choose to opt out of existence, end their lives. They may feel life has no inherent meaning, so why live at all? This would be physical suicide. Philosophical and physical suicide both are problematic, and Camus rejects them. He believed we should create our own meaning as a form of rebellion against the absurd. Camus thought we should wholeheartedly embrace the absurd. Although it may be terrifying to know there are no answers to life's most fundamental questions, it leaves us with the chance to reflect on the experience, to ponder the nature of being and embrace it with a smile, to live in a sense of awe of our very existence and the vast complexity of the universe and the human mind itself. We can embrace that we are part of this universe and that we are born from the stars. The very same stars you may see on a cold, dark winter evening. Within the text, Camus illustrates this point by telling the story of Sisyphus. Sisyphus, a famous Greek king known for his cunning acts of rebellion against the gods. The story goes that Sisyphus managed to cheat death and thereby extend his life. Once the gods found out, they chose to punish him. Sisyphus was condemned to roll a giant boulder up a hill, only for it to roll back down once it reached the top. Thus Sisyphus was forced to endlessly repeat the same grueling task for all eternity. Repeat the same task for all eternity? Sounds familiar. Well, not eternity, but people do repeat the same tasks every day. This is how most people live their lives. They wake up, go to work, go home, eat dinner, go to sleep. Even on holidays, the same acts repeat. Well, how do we deal with this? Camus asks us to rebel, to embrace the futility and to take joy in every act we do. Camus writes, I leave Sisyphus at the foot of the mountain. One always finds one's burden again, but Sisyphus teaches the higher fidelity that negates the gods and raises rocks. He too concludes that all is well. This universe henceforth, without a master, seems to him neither sterile nor futile. Each atom of that stone, each mineral flake of that night-filled mountain, in itself forms a world. The struggle itself towards the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy.